What up, collector and investor friends? Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. Very excited to come to you today. Sorry, I'm going to be a little bit off my game today, but I'm super excited because I think I have transitioned, and I'm clicking around on buttons and whatnot, but I think I've transitioned from my silly iPhone pointing at a screen to something a little more professional, a little higher quality, something that is going to allow you guys to enjoy my content a little bit more. It was time to take the next step. Probably should have done this from the get-go, but hopefully you can tell a difference in the intro. You can tell a difference in the audio quality I'm bringing you, and hopefully you'll enjoy this brand new episode of Basketball Card Battles. We are looking today at hopefully the picture-in-picture is working, and you guys can see me talking, and you can see my disgust and angst and interest and excitement and confusion when we start looking at some of these cards. But today we're looking at comparing this most recent massive Zion Williamson 2019 National Treasures BGS 9, which recently sold for $74,560.36 last week or a couple weeks ago. And we're actually comparing it to two Tim Duncan cards. The Tim Duncan 1997 Metal Universe PMG Red and BGS 8.5, and this same exact card, BGS 8. The reason you're comparing it to two of them is because those two Tim Duncans add up to approximately the value of the Zion Williamson. $51,600 for the BGS 8.5, $25,100 for the BGS 8. So let's get going. Like I said, you're comparing two cards to one. In Basketball Card Battles, as always, we're looking at comparing two potential investments of equal value. The Zion Williamson card is going to appeal more to the modern investor. The Tim Duncan PMG Reds are going to stick out like a sore thumb. They're going to be big and beautiful and have a giant target on them for true 90s collectors, true aficionados of 90s basketball cards. These cards in the sales prices that we're using, the $51,660 for the Tim Duncan and the $25,100, come from respectively Golden Auctions for the 8.5 and eBay auctions from a pretty good vetted seller for the BGS 8. Those sales were in August of 2021 for the 8.5 and October of 2020 for the BGS 8. For the Zion Williamson, that card sold on December 13th, eBay best offer. So somebody click buy it now for $75,000 for that Zion card. The Zion National Treasures BGS 9 is pop 29. Obviously the card is numbered to 99. It is the National Treasures. It's the RPA, which for those of you who are new to the hobby stands for Rookie Patch Autograph. I would go out on a limb and say if not the best possible card, we're going to throw out Logo Men, I guess you would say. We're going to throw out one of ones. For non-one of ones and non-Logo Mans, this is probably Zion's best rookie card. BGS 9 is a mint condition, so it's not the highest graded, but it is a good grade, especially for a thick National Treasures RPA card. For those of you who are not familiar with the 1997 Metal Universe product, those cards do not grade at the same measure as ultra modern or modern cards. They don't even grade commensurate with other typical 90s cards. They're extremely fragile, foil everywhere. The edges, the corners, all of that is always in jeopardy from the second you pull it out of the pack, let alone if the card was handled or not immediately graded and placed into a BGS or PSA or whatever SGC slab. The Tim Duncan cards are, believe it or not, pop 9 for the BGS 8.5, pop 6 for the BGS 8. Remember, these cards are theoretically, well, actually they are numbered to 100, but there are only 90 because the first 10 or 10 of the 100 are green. And so the way 97 Metal Universe works, there's 10 green, there's 90 reds, but if you turn the card over on the back, you'll see it's serial numbered to 100. But don't let that confuse you. There's actually 90 of them. So these are pop 9 and pop 6. The Zion is pop 29. Information about the sets. I think we're talking about the greatest insert set of all time, or I should say parallel set of all time. Well, I guess maybe second best, because you've got to throw in the PMG greens. You could also throw in essential credentials now, things like that. But surely on the pantheon, on the Rushmore of the greatest parallel sets of all time would be the Precious Metal Gems Red. As far as the National Treasures from 2019, you're talking about Panini's flagship, the greatest product that Panini makes. A lot of people like Immaculate and Flawless and whatnot, but I think most people would agree the National Treasures RPA is the creme de la creme for ultra modern collectors. Interestingly enough, these two Tim Duncan cards have not sold in the last 30 days. They've not sold in the last 90 days. They've not sold in the last 180 days. They have not sold in the last year. That gives you some idea of the scarcity and rarity. Again, we make a distinction between rarity and scarcity. These cards go into collections and they rarely appear. If you're lucky enough to obtain one of these Tim Duncan PMG Reds, you're probably going to fall into that category of people who don't bring it back out into the wild very often. You stash it in your PC, you look at it as often as possible, and you're not really looking to flip on these precious metal gems. The Zion has, believe it or not, and you're going to get a kick out of this, it has sold once in the last 90 days and only once in the last year. So same sale. It sold for $173,430 on October 25th of this year. So just 2 months ago, this exact card sold in the same condition, sold for $173,430. Obviously, it's down 56.75% in a little, or right at, let's see, that would be just 2 days more than 2 months ago. If you think this comparison today between the Zion National Treasures BGS 9, if you've already made your mind up that you're taking the pair of Tim Duncan PMG Reds, imagine how preposterous the comparison would be with a $173,000 sales price 2 months ago for the Zion. Obviously, ultra-modern cards are susceptible to massive price fluctuations, and we've seen that here in the last 2 months with this Zion card. So we do this all the time. This is going to be lopsided. This is going to be a huge advantage Tim Duncan. So these two guys play the exact same position. They're both power forwards. Zion is probably the power forward that's on the tip of everybody's tongue when it comes to ultra modern investing. There are some other great power forwards out there, but he's the one that a lot of people are hanging their hat on. A lot of people are prospecting with. He came out of the gates with a massive price point from the first product that was available. His price point was pretty much unparalleled in recent times. So career awards, Zion has made an all rookie team. A lot of people think he should have, even with limited games, won the Rookie of the Year, but that went to Ja Morant because he played more games. And no slight to Ja Morant, he had a tremendous rookie season as well. Zion has made one All-Star team. That is the end of his credentials. And so a lot of the value is based on upside and what investors suspect Zion is capable of when healthy. Tim Duncan, on the other hand, and I'm not going to make any friends with this. Well, I'll make a few friends if you're a Spurs fan. But Tim Duncan has won the 1997 Rookie of the Year. He has made 15 All-Star teams. Let's just go up here and look at his credentials. You can see him up here on basketballreference.com, which is like the Bible of basketball information. Like I said, 15 All-Star teams, 15 All-NBA teams, which is significantly more impressive than 15 All-Star teams. 15 all-defensive teams. A lot of people think of Tim Duncan as boring. They think of Tim Duncan as an offensive player. They know he won 5 championships, but I don't think they realize he had 15 all-defensive team selections. That is impressive. I don't think we're going to see Zion make any all-defensive teams. I could be wrong. Time will tell. Tim Duncan also was the NBA MVP 2 times. That puts him in very select company. There's a lot of one-offs who win MVP once in their career. A lot of amazing players never win an MVP. Tim Duncan did it twice. He was 3 times Finals MVP. And obviously on the NBA 75th anniversary team, if they did a top 15 NBA anniversary team, he would be in there unquestionably on anybody's list. He is one of the greatest power forwards of all time based on his resume. I would love to hear comments if anybody thinks Tim Duncan is not the greatest power forward of all time, and your reason can't be that he was a center, because I think most people consider him a power forward. Yeah, he did play power forward when David Robinson was there for the time that they overlapped. But he had a bunch of big stiffs running around. Basketball Reference, as you can see from the screen, qualifies him right here as a center and a power forward. What in the hell are these nicknames? Sorry, I just want to take you up here. Timmy, the big fundamental, we've heard. Groundhog Day, never heard that nickname. Old Man Riverwalk would only make sense to somebody from San Antonio because it's the Riverwalk. And the Stone Buddha, never heard those nicknames in my life. Educate me if that is something that San Antonians have referred to Tim Duncan as. But getting back to it, if you don't think Tim Duncan's the greatest power forward of all time, please comment below and tell me who, based on resume only, is the greatest power forward of all time. I think Tim Duncan is the greatest. I think you've got Dirk, Karl Malone, KG, Barkley, old school dudes from the Northeast are going to throw McHale in there, but he doesn't belong. If you're really old, you can throw Bob Pettit in there. But Tim Duncan, based on resume, is the cream of the crop. I'll put Tim Duncan's resume up against Kobe's, and I challenge you to go check on that. If you're young and you're in your 20s or 30s, you're going to think I'm nuts, but if you go to Basketball Reference or go to any site that's got the statistical accomplishments of Kobe and Tim Duncan, I think you're going to see they're pretty comparable, and I think Duncan has the nod. That's just me personally. He was the best player on all 5 of his championships, which Kobe cannot say. So this is going to be a really short video, guys. That's it. How is it possible for Zion to outperform Tim Duncan cards going forward? You've looked at Zion. There's Zion's credentials. Here's Tim Duncan's up here, this part of the screen, guys, and my cursor. And there is Zion's right there. That's all there is to it. Going back to these cards, I just don't see how Zion can outperform Tim Duncan. How this one card from Zion can outperform these 2 cards from Tim Duncan. The Tim Duncan cards are actually more rare. They're more scarce, which hinges on availability. Tim Duncan is the greatest to ever do it at his position. The odds of Zion matching Tim Duncan historically, statistically, rings, durability, which is a huge issue with Zion. It's just 1 in a million, maybe not 1 in a million, but it's 1 in a lot. I can't imagine. If I ask this question to the subscribers and to the guys that are viewing this video and gals, I can't see these Tim Duncan PMG Reds ever going down in value. That may be short-sighted. I just don't anticipate these ever being worth less in the future than they are today. And not to, I'm not saying they're not worth a lot and enough. I'm simply saying I don't see these red PMGs being worth less. It's Tim Duncan's rookie card. It's probably his 3rd best rookie card. Maybe his 2nd, depending on where you stand on his Platinum Medallion PSA 10 rookie card from 97 Ultra, which sold for $59,000. Maybe you put that 2nd. Obviously, the PMG Green is number 1 in anybody's book. You'd be lucky if you ever see one of those. I know there was one at a show recently that a couple of my friends got to see. But these 2 Tim Duncan cards are 2 of his best. Clearly, it's the Zion, the best Zion rookie card or one of the best Zion rookie cards. But it's not even in gem mint condition, which is sort of expected, for Holy Grail cards and modern prospecting, even for National Treasures. And obviously the logo mans would be worth more. But this is easy for me. I'm a 90s guy. I just wanted to throw this out there. Sometimes it's nice to shed light on some of the preposterous hypocrisy in the hobby. I think this is as glaring an example of overvalued modern cards versus GOAT Grail 90s cards as there is. Again, I am not hating on Zion. When the dude is healthy and on the court, he is absolutely amazing to watch. He plays for my home state, Pelicans. I want nothing but the best for him. I think it's incredibly important for him to come back healthy for the hobby, in shape, healthy, and string some seasons together, because he does bring a lot of excitement. We have too many guys that are out right now. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. This is not about me. I want to hear your comments. I want to hear what you guys think about these 2 cards. And that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully the audio quality was better. I got my Buck shirt on. Speaking of goats, yeah, this is the retro throwback too. So it's not really just dirty. It's supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look vintage. Go Bucks. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully all of the videos going forward are going to be much more enjoyable for you guys and digestible with better audio and better visual. And hopefully those of you who subscribed obviously didn't subscribe for those reasons, because my audio and visual was terrible from the jump. But I'm almost to 100 subscribers, which I'm super excited about, and I can't thank those of you who have subscribed enough. Do me a favor, if you're new to the videos and you're watching basketball card battles and you like it, these are going to drop every Monday on YouTube at 5 p.m. Central Time. The Explore the Card episodes, which I take a deep dive into Michael Jordan cards from the 90s, inserts and parallels. Those episodes drop every Friday. And then I usually put out 1 or 2 videos midweek or maybe on a Sunday, just talking about other stuff in the hobby. I'm going to have a video coming out in the next few days that primarily focuses on the recent downfall of Prism base PSA 10 rookie cards, specifically in the Panini era, kind of the Prism era, and take a deep dive into those as well, look at some statistics and get some thoughts from my subscribers and hopefully some comments and some back and forth banter going. But if you like the videos, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button in the bottom right of the video. Click the bell icon to get constant notifications so you know when my new videos drop. And then do me a favor, if you liked it, just hit the like button. What I would really appreciate is if you enjoy this content and you've got collector friends who like 90s basketball cards, who like investing, who like prospecting, who just like shooting the stuff about basketball cards generally. I'm all basketball cards. I am not going to get into things that I don't know about or that I don't understand or that I don't have a cursory knowledge of. We're not going to talk about football or baseball or soccer or Pokemon or Star Wars cards or anything like that. Not that I don't like those things. I don't consider myself well versed enough to speak on the matter. Basketball cards, I can talk about it all day long, and hopefully I can give you guys a little bit of my knowledge. And I'm learning a lot just from doing these videos as well. So thanks again for listening. Stay tuned. This drops on Monday. 4 days later, you're going to get a new episode of Explore the Card. Appreciate it, guys. Peace.